back. We're examining the success of the credit-linked subvention scheme, or simply put, the interest subsidy of about 2.3 lakh rupees you can get if you're earning up to 18 lakh rupees per annum. Of course, there are interest-linked subsidy schemes for people who earn much lesser than that, 3 lakhs, 6 lakhs, and direct subvention as well. Okay, Baman Irani, I'm going to come to you. So, of course, Mumbai is a issue of very, very expensive land prices, and that's the reason why developers say that we are not being able to bring down prices. Look at it in the future. I mean, the industry was so happy, infrastructure status was given, you also got interest subventions, all of that put together, yet private developers don't have the guts to get into affordable housing in a big way. Is that likely to change?
Manisha, well, the change is already taking place. There are lots of new developments that have started off in the Mumbai and MMR region, which are in the affordable space. So I can just tell you there are 3 projects that have been launched recently, all between the 50 and 80 lakhs, which to Mumbai standards is extremely affordable. Then you take the outer skirts, the MMR region, whether you go to Mira, Bhayandar, Vasai Virar, you go to Kalyan, Dombivali. Over there, you've always had apartments available between the 50 and, well, even lower. If you went all the way up to Virar or Kalyan, you'd get homes as low as about 28, 29 lakhs and going all the way up to about 50 lakhs. And these are proper 2 and 3 BHK homes that are available out there. So from 1 BHK to 3 BHK homes. I think these schemes are coming on, but you have to also, Manisha, bear in mind that, RERA has just come into play. All developers are busy trying to get themselves to align with the registration at RERA. And, this question is often asked to us, why don't we see more number of people suddenly, registering under RERA? While most of us are doing the right thing, it is still something new. And, of course, the penalties are pretty huge. We'd like to be absolutely clear as to what we are getting, what it is that we are filling and where all it could be, detrimental in a way, in spite of doing all the right things at the right times. So this might be another reason why there's a slowdown in the supply itself, Manisha.
So, Baman, I'm going to stay with you. Tell me, I mean, RERA aside, we keep hearing from CREDAI that there is going to be a big affordable housing push. But when I speak to Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, he's saying private sector, the kind of participation he was expecting has still not come in. Do you think post-July 31st, when everybody in the community is able to wrap their heads around RERA and all the formalities which have to be completed under it, this is the only market for developers to actually get into and make some rational business?
As far as the affordable housing segment goes, it isn't a one-horse chariot. You cannot keep saying the developer will be able to give this to you unless there's a whole slew of changes being made. And these changes need to be made across government, across ULBs, across developer, across land prices. And we believe we are a very integral part, but at the same point of time, the government needs to also play a very important part. And of course, our financial institutions need to kind of rationalize home loan rates, rationalize construction finance, and make it a lot more affordable for our end users.
All right, so affordable, yes, but with a lot of conditions still unmet. It's going to be hard for the private sector to build houses under 25 lakh rupees. Naveen Raheja, your company did attempt to actually do a slum rehab project and wasn't a very, very great experience. So do you think that the challenges still remain and it's going to be treading on very, very thin waters when it comes to affordable housing for private developers?
It is for government to mean business. If there is no house available at this price, and there is no possibility of creation of housing stock also, then even if you give the scheme, how can people take it? Because the scheme has to be there, right now, all the housing which is available, I think is all about 30 lakhs or so. A loan of just 12 lakhs does not actually make any contribution to that, incentive to that. Already the sentiment is also bad. If nothing else can be done, this 12 lakhs can be increased to 18 lakhs with 2% subsidy only. It works to the same. If you make 9 lakhs with 4%, 12 lakhs with 3%, 18 lakhs with 2%.
Mr. Raheja, the government is going to ask you, we've given you everything, infrastructure status, we've also given CLSS. What is it? I mean, we've defined the unit sizes again, which allows a lot of housing in both both these expensive markets of Gurgaon and Mumbai to now be classified as affordable. I mean, there doesn't seem to be, can we just say that look, the current housing market impasse is in housing above 50 or 60 lakhs, and that is not going to be helped. That market will not move with the current schemes of the government. Is that what I should take away from our conversation?
See, the government has not given provisions to create housing stock which can sell between, say 8 to 10 lakhs to 25 lakhs. What is required is that we should be getting density norms, FAR and density norms, which can create that housing stock. FAR and density norms, they have not changed. They continue to remain for a housing size which is more than 1,500 square feet. How can you sell it for 25,000 rupees, 25 lakhs? So the main problem is that you need to change the density and FAR norms and create a policy, licensing policy, which can facilitate this.
Manisha, can I add here that...
All right. Yes, go ahead, Baban.
Basically, okay, I can speak about the government of Maharashtra. There's a lot of activity happening out here. Like I mentioned earlier, let the RERA clouds, let the RERA dust settle, let GST get, on track. Let us understand what exactly is going to be the additional cost in terms of developing the kind of homes there are. But a lot of activity is taking place, at least as far as we are in Maharashtra. So first of all, the Maharashtra government has reached out to CREDA, MCHI and asked us to prepare our own affordable housing paper. Towards this, there have been continuous parleys with the government. I think it's a very, a step in the right direction. Ease of doing business has been, percolating down to the lowest levels, and, unnecessary steps have been eradicated. I think this is also an extremely positive step. Now we need to just give it some time, wait for, like I said, we cannot really go out there and launch new projects at a time when RERA has come into play till we kind of comply or till we kind of, register under RERA. At the same point of time, GST is also hitting us. We, our finance teams are working on, because there's a very, very clear, dicta from the government that we cannot make any advantage or get any advantage out of this scheme. So we've got to learn how to pass it on. Also, for that, we've got to learn what exactly the costs are going to come across to us developers. I think, Manisha, really this around October this year, you will see, at least in the landscape of the MMR, and I can speak for a larger part of Maharashtra, you might see a lot more affordable houses coming up. And if you did a show at that point of time, I'd have at least about 8 or 10 developers who might have a very good story to tell you.
All right, I think let's conclude on that very, very positive note. Mr. Ravikant, Baman Irani and Naveen Raheja, thank you very much for joining me. I think, yes, there's need to spread awareness on the credit link subsidy scheme, but the fact that there are 80 applications pending at National Housing Bank for affordable finance companies to come into the market, there's clearly a big need gap for both financing and affordable housing. And as Baman said, come October, we may see a different picture, and we will be back with another urban reality focusing on affordable housing at that time, where there is some cheer to spread in the market. Goodbye from me.